AITA for exposing my mother-in-law and filing a lawsuit after discovering she called my employers anonymously for 5 years and cost me 4 jobs? I want to tell you something about self-doubt. The kind that accumulates when things keep going wrong in ways you cannot explain. When you work hard and perform well and receive positive feedback and then suddenly, without clear reason, everything falls apart. When it happens once you call it bad luck. When it happens twice you start to question your judgment. When it happens 3 times you begin to wonder if the problem is you. When it happens 4 times you have spent 5 years of your professional life believing, genuinely, devastatingly believing, that you are fundamentally broken in some way that you cannot identify or fix. That is what my mother-in-law did to me. She did not just cost me 4 jobs. She cost me 5 years of confidence, 5 years of self-worth, 5 years of lying awake at night wondering what was wrong with me that I could not hold a position for more than 18 months. There was nothing wrong with me. There was something very wrong with her. My name is Lisa. I am 37 years old. I work in hospital administration, or rather, I work in hospital administration now, finally, after 5 years of professional instability that I could not understand and could not stop. My husband's name is Andrew. We have been married for 8 years. Andrew is a good man. He is not the villain of this story. But he is the son of the woman who is. Andrew's mother is named Margaret. Margaret is 66 years old. She is organized, precise, and possessed of an absolute certainty about her own correctness that I have never encountered in another human being to the same degree. Margaret did not want Andrew to marry me. She has never said this directly. Margaret does not do direct. She said it through years of comments, comparisons, suggestions that Andrew could have done better, remarks about my background and my family and the way I kept house. Andrew minimized it. I tolerated it. We managed. What I did not know was that tolerating Margaret's comments at family dinners was not the only front on which she was operating. I need to go back to the beginning. When Andrew and I got married, I was working as an administrative coordinator at a medical group, a position I had held for 2 years and was performing well in. 6 months after our wedding, I was called into my manager's office and let go. The reason given was vague: restructuring, changing priorities, a decision made above my manager's level. I was given 2 weeks severance and a lukewarm reference. I was shocked, but I found another position within 2 months. 14 months into my second position, the same thing happened. Called into an office. Let go. Vague explanation. This time the conversation was slightly different. My manager seemed uncomfortable in a way that went beyond the normal discomfort of a termination meeting. She said something that I did not fully process at the time. She said that the company had received some concerns and that it was felt a transition was best for everyone. I asked what concerns. She said she could not elaborate. I spent 3 months unemployed after my second termination. I questioned everything about myself during those 3 months. I reviewed my performance, my interactions with colleagues, my communication style. I went to a career counselor. I updated my resume. I told myself I would do better. My third position lasted 16 months. My fourth lasted 11. Each termination followed the same pattern: a meeting, a vague explanation, an undercurrent of something unsaid, severance, and silence. By the time I lost my fourth job, I was in therapy. My therapist was helping me work through what I had come to believe was a fundamental problem with my professional identity. Some combination of anxiety and interpersonal difficulty that was manifesting in ways I could not see clearly from the inside. I was taking the self-examination seriously. I was doing the work. I was trying to fix something that did not need fixing. I found out the truth 11 months ago at a barbecue at Andrew's aunt's house. I had gone inside to use the bathroom. The door to the hallway bathroom was occupied, so I walked toward the back of the house to use the one near the bedrooms. As I passed the small sunroom, I heard Margaret's voice through the partially open door. She was on the phone. I was not trying to listen. I stopped because I heard my name. What I heard in the next 90 seconds restructured every understanding I had of the previous 5 years. Margaret was speaking to someone. I later determined it was a longtime friend of hers, a woman she had known for decades. She was describing, with evident satisfaction, a phone call she had made recently. She said she had called someone in human resources. She used a phrase that I will not forget for the rest of my life. She said she had told them that I had a history of creating workplace conflict and that I was not someone they wanted long-term. She laughed. She said it had worked just as it always did. I stood in that hallway and I did not move for a very long time. I went back to the barbecue. I sat next to Andrew. I ate food and made conversation, and I did not say a single word about what I had heard. Andrew asked me twice if I was all right. I told him I had a slight headache. On the drive home, I told him everything. Andrew was silent for the entire drive. When we got home, he sat at the kitchen table and he was quiet for so long that I began to be frightened by it. Then he said he needed to think. He said he could not believe his mother would do something like that. He said there must be an explanation. I told him I had heard her say it in her own words, laughing, to a friend on the phone. I told him there was no explanation that made what I had heard mean something other than what it meant. Andrew called Margaret the next morning. I was in the room. Margaret denied everything initially, said I had misheard, said I was misinterpreting, said she would never do something like that. When Andrew pressed her, when he told her exactly what I had reported hearing, word for word, she went quiet. And then she said that she had made some calls over the years because she had been worried about Andrew, because she had not believed I was right for him, because she had thought if my career became difficult enough I would leave and Andrew would find someone more suitable. She said she had done it out of love for her son. Andrew told his mother that he was cutting off contact until further notice. He hung up and he sat across from me and he said he was sorry in a way that told me he understood the inadequacy of those words. I hired an attorney. We sent formal letters to each of my former employers requesting information about any anonymous contacts received regarding my employment. 2 of the 4 responded. Both confirmed that anonymous calls had been received prior to my termination, calls that had described me as a problematic employee with a history of workplace conflict. Neither had documented the calls formally, which my attorney said was unfortunately common. The confirmation was enough. We filed a civil lawsuit against Margaret for tortious interference with employment, the legal term for deliberately and wrongfully interfering with someone's professional relationships. Margaret's attorney has argued that the evidence is insufficient. My attorney believes we have a strong case given the 2 employer confirmations and the witness account of the phone call at the barbecue. Andrew's aunt, who had been nearby that day, confirmed hearing part of the conversation. Andrew has not spoken to Margaret since the day he hung up the phone. His sister has called him multiple times to say that Margaret is devastated and that the lawsuit is destroying the family. His father, Margaret and his father are still married, sent Andrew a letter saying that pursuing legal action against his own mother was something he would never be able to forgive. Andrew has not wavered. I want to be clear about that because it matters enormously. He has not asked me to drop the lawsuit. He has not suggested compromise. He has sat beside me through every attorney meeting and every difficult conversation, and he has not once made me feel that his loyalty was anything other than complete. My therapist, the same therapist I spent years seeing to fix a professional problem that was not mine to fix, said that the relief of understanding what had happened is real and legitimate, and that the anger is equally real and equally legitimate, and that both of those things can coexist with the grief of having lost 5 years to something that should never have happened. I think about those 5 years often. I think about the 3 months of unemployment after my second termination, lying awake at night cataloging my own failures. I think about the career counselor I paid for out of savings to fix something that was never broken. I think about 5 years of therapy I needed because someone decided my marriage was inconvenient. Was I wrong to file the lawsuit? Was I wrong to support Andrew cutting off his mother completely? Or did 5 years of anonymous phone calls make every decision I have made since that barbecue the only ones I could live with? You decide. Leave your verdict in the comments right now, NTA or YTA. And subscribe to The Verdict for new stories every single week. Because every story deserves a verdict.